And let's just drape it around our neck for now. Roll the shoulders up, back and down. Give them a squeeze at the top like you're trying to squish your band a little bit. Couple shoulder rolls, inhaling, exhaling as you open. Bigger movements. And then wide stance so we can get a little bit more of a tuck and curl, and then an extension and a tuck and curl and an extension one more time. Tuck and curl and extend. Go ahead and grab your band. You can walk your feet back underneath you into parallel. Hands are a little bit more than shoulder width apart and arms are lifted. Back of the neck is long, pulled down like you're doing a lat pull. And as you do this, think about keeping your ribs down. So we might have a tendency to pop the ribs up, but you want to pull them back and down along with those shoulder blades. If you feel like you're gripping your band, you can make it easier by just, wrapping it around your hands to make your life a little easier. So again, we're working those posture muscles, but at the same time, we're trying to keep the ribs down and in. 4 more. Leave it down this time, elbows wide, abs in, shoulders are going to give the littlest squeeze, but don't choke yourself. Little squeeze, little squeeze, little squeeze, squeeze. 2 and 1, and relax that down. Shoulders go up, back, and down. Let's step on that mat with our right leg for now. Put the band in your left hand. Tail, and then see if you have tension enough to create a little bicep curl, or if you want a straight arm raise for your shoulder. And then bend that left knee, extend that right leg, flex through the heel so the leg stays nice and straight, and lift it up a couple times. And then put those two things together. Now you have options with this leg lift. You could make it completely to the side. You could make it slightly to the back, or you can do what we were doing a minute ago. Sorry guys, that is not working today for me, sorry. So I'm gonna pretend. 2 more, and then lift it up, hold it there, and we're gonna move that into the same hand. Then we'll lunge forward on that left leg. And again, we might be doing a front raise. We might be doing a bicep curl. We're gonna lift that back leg up. We're gonna bend it the tiniest bit and straighten it out. Bend and straighten. And then add arms when you're ready. And then let's hold it up, arm out front so you feel that tension, press through the heel, press through the heel, push, 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 push. And relax. Keep the band in your right hand, but go ahead and slide it off of that foot and onto your left foot, please. So again, now we're opposite hand, opposite foot. You can either do that straight arm shoulder raise or bicep curl and add that leg lift to it. Right knee is bent. Couple more. And relax. Same hand with the band. And we'll start with either again that bicep curl or that straight arm leg lifts and pushes back. Two more. When we hold it up, tension on that arm, bend the knee, press, 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 press. And relax. All right. Go ahead and untangle that band. Mosey your way down to a seated position, please. And let's start seated. Shoulders are back and down, all 10 toes on the ground. And let's go ahead and fold your band in half unless it's really tight. Bring that out in front of you, or hold it on the front of your shins first. Curl and then sit really tall. And then bring those arms, and that's going to remind us to stay tall. Lift those arms overhead. That's all you're going to do right now. Lower down. Lift up and lower down. Keep a little tension on the band. Good. 2 more times like that. And now we add on, lift up as you hinge back, but you keep your ribs down, lower to come up. Inhale, lift up, lower to come up. Inhale, lift up, lower to come up. A few more like that. Last 2. Last 1, let's hold it back, arms extend, abs are in, and bring that up. Give yourself a little curl again, and then extend again. Legs are gonna go straight. Arms straight out in front of you, give yourself a little bit of tension to help you remember to sit tall. Drag your heels in, use a little bit of hamstring to do that. Straighten out your legs, flex through your quads, try and get the back of the knee on the ground. Pull back and stretch forward. As you do this, you're trying to make sure you're not curling in that upper spine, right? If you want a little more action, you lift those arms up, trying to get them by your ears, sliding those heels so you feel some hamstring, and then pressing down so you feel some quad. Hamstring and quad, torso staying as quiet as possible. And relax. Woo, take that band around behind your hamstrings. Palms are facing the ceiling. And then lower yourself as slowly as you can, articulating vertebra upon vertebra. And then when you come down, go ahead and use that band to hug those knees in. Use it to pull side to side, get a little rock in that tailbone, that sacrum, that low back area. And then we'll put feet on the floor, and we're gonna wrap our right foot. Band goes across the top, around behind, crisscrosses behind the arch, so that you have secured that foot. And then the bands go in the right hand. And then we're gonna pull down like we're doing a row, and then let the arm release, pull down, do a row, feel that right shoulder working. 2 more times like that. Last time, pull down, and you're gonna try to keep some contact with the ground as you turn this into your leg circles. Back of the neck is long, chin is tucked, abs are in. You wanna keep one hand on that left hip and feel that it's staying stable. You want to notice if the left knee is rocking in and out. You don't want that happening. And because we're using the bands, your circles might be a little bigger than usual. Make sure you're reversing directions every time. So you inhale to start your circle, you exhale to finish the circle, and reverse. Inhaling to start and exhaling to finish. You may want to straighten that left leg out on the ground, and as we did before, flex through the quad to get the back of the knee closer to the ground. And then bend that right knee, untangle your band, keep the right foot on the ground, and then that band goes across the top of the left foot and around behind, crisscrossing, and band is in your left hand. We'll do a couple quick little rowing motions. So I'm going to pull the shoulder back and down, extend it up, back and down, extend it up, down, and leave it down, point the toe, and do some circles. Inhaling to start your circle, exhaling to finish your circle. Hey, baby. Do a good girl. That's a good girl. You're looking feisty. You're looking feisty. No. Make sure you're reversing every time. And make those circles as big as you want. Maybe you straighten that right leg out on the ground and flex through that heel, trying to get the back of the leg closer to the ground. If you have tight hamstrings, you're welcome to do this with a bent knee, right? Don't have to have it 6 straight. And hips are nice and quiet. And then we're going to see if we can just loosen the loop enough to get the right foot in there. So now we have hold of both legs. And then again, we're going to do that little rowing motion, right? So I'm going to secure my shoulder blades to the ground a couple times and then leave them down. Make sure your wrists aren't cocked or anything. Point your toes, pull your abs in, pull your belly button to your spine. Slowest lower you can do, but don't go all the way down. Flex to the heels, slowest lift that you can do. So double leg lower. As always, you can bend the knees instead. Keep it going. Keep it going, keep it going. Shoulders stay on the ground. Slowly lowering and even more slowly lifting. And next time you come up, go ahead, bend your knees, walk your hands even closer, and then straighten them back out again. You're going to lift yourself up, and you can let those legs help you by lowering them down a little bit. And then you're going to lower yourself down, and the legs can come closer. So I'm doing a very slow motion rock, and then if you want, you can turn it into a rocking motion, a little more legit rocking motion. You guys are going to keep going. I'm just going to find my balance at the top. I'd like you to do about 3 more rocks. And then you're going to meet me at the top. Loosen up your grips so that you can use your arms to come from here to up here, lifting through that chest, lifting through those shoulder blades, holding those legs up with your arms for 3 and 2 and 1. Bend those knees. Woo, legs out in front of you. Widen them a little bit and give me that rowing motion again. And then pull back and use that to extend yourself forward. So we're in that spine stretch, but staying nice and tall. And then we'll untangle for now. Fold your band in half and turn both knees towards me so you have a top leg and a bottom leg already. Take the folded part of the band underneath your bottom leg and then over your top leg. Then you can take your hand through that. You don't want it to slide up your wrist. You still want to hold it. And then reach down and grab the tail of the other end. And you want to really have some tension on here already. And then as you lie down, arm rests right underneath your ear. You're going to knuckle your hand down. So you don't want that arm coming up and down. Heels are together, toes are apart. Press the top leg open and keep it there, but open a little further for your clam. So you open more and more and more and more. And then leave that leg open, or sorry, drop the heels, the knees, lift the heels. Now open again from this angle, press open. And relax. Woo. Hopefully you felt that in that top hip. Give that hip a little bit of love, and let's just go ahead and do the other side. So once you determine which your top leg is and your bottom one, make sure the loop is coming over the top leg, and then you grab the tail of that bottom leg Stack your knees up, knuckle down, heels together, pivot open. So you're never really closing the whole way, waistline stays lifted. And then knees stay down, heels are up, and we press open. Waistline off the ground. And relax. Woo, give that hip a little bit of love. And then from there, let's go ahead and flip all the way over onto the abs. And let's just drape that band across our sacrum as we go, but you can unfold it. And then once you're there, all 10 toes stay on the ground, but lift your kneecaps. Reach your hands underneath your band, palms facing the ceiling. And then stretch your arms down by your sides, squeeze your shoulder blades to lift up your shoulders. Deep breath in, exhale, belly button to the spine, lift up, stretch your arms long, and then rotate the palms toward each other by pushing the thumbs into the mat or the band and down. Come down, exhale. Deep breath in, prepare, exhale, lift, squeeze, rotate, and come down. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, lift and squeeze on the inhale, and exhale down. And just keep that going for me. Couple more. And last time, lift it up, stretch it, and bring it down. And now you're gonna bring that band right out in front of you. And you're gonna have the hands pretty far apart. Deep breath in, exhale, press down into the hands to lift your upper body. And then challenge yourself to see if you could lift your arms up. And you're just gonna pull them back and down like you're doing that lat pull again. Pulling back and down. Keep that going for me, please. And relax. This time you're gonna go ahead and push all the way back into your shell stretch, hips sit back on your heels. You can bring your hands behind if that would feel good. And then as you come up, let's bring that band underneath your armpits. You want your elbows at your sides and you already want to have some tension on that band. And make your way down onto those forearms. Make sure your pinkies are on the ground and then come into your pre-plank, right? So hips are lifted, toes are on the ground, knees are on the ground, forearms, push against the band. So it's a small movement. Try and initiate it right from between the shoulder blades. Option to roll onto the tops of your thighs or tuck your toes and come into a full plank. And the whole time you're pushing against that band, pushing against that band, pushing against the band. A few more like that, please. And then relax. Again, you can push back, hips sit back on your heels. And then this time when you come up, you're going to drape that band over your left shoulder. And the tail of it is going to go between your right big toe and second toe. You're really going to grab it with those toes. It does sometimes make you cramp, so this is the quickest solution. If you want a longer solution, you can tie a little loop. Extend that right leg, feel some tension there. Maybe you need to walk your left hand forward, neutral spine as you lift up and down. If you like that, add that left arm, find your bird dog position. If you like that, tap and lift. and relax. And we get to do that on the other side, of course, so the band will come across your right shoulder and get squeezed between your left big toe and second toe. And then again, you might start with just the leg and see how that feels. Maybe walk your right hand further forward or lift it up, and then you choose if you want to lift and lower. And relax. You're going to make your way back all the way over to a seated position. Legs out front, and that band is going underneath your armpit again. If you need your knees bent due to tight hamstrings, that's fine. Otherwise, straighten out those legs, use those quads. Find a place where you have a little tension if you straighten your arms. Deep breath in, exhale, twist to your right. 3, 2, 1. Inhale back to center. Make sure your big toes are still together. Other direction. 3, 2, 1. Inhale, center. Other direction. And center. And center. Center. This time, take your right elbow, pull it back, pull it back, pull it back. Left elbow, bend and straighten it back, straighten it back, straighten it back. Again to the right, press open, press open, press open. One more time, left, push, and push, and push. Woo, and relax. All right, now we're rolling back over onto our spine. And we're going to double that band up. I'm going to give you 2 options for either single leg stretch or single leg pull, depending on how your back feels. Option 1, with your band doubled up, put it on the front of your right thigh with your fingers reaching away from you. Deep breath in, exhale, lift up and pull the knee in. At the same time, press your hands away so that both things are happening. And then if and when you want, you extend that left leg and you pulse a little bit, pulse a little bit, press and pull, press and pull, press and pull. Stay with that one, right? You're going to do about 12 on one leg and 12 on the other. But if you're feeling this in your low back, here's your option. The band comes behind, this time, behind the hamstring, biceps face the ceiling, and it's a pull and press. So I'm trying to push with my hamstring as I pull with my biceps. Again, no one's really winning. I'm lifting up a little bit and I'm pressing away the tiniest bit, but I'm not trying to overcome my arms with my leg or my leg with my arms. And do the other side, same number as you just did. If you weren't counting, do 12, please. Good, so a couple of different options here for that single leg. And when you feel like you have done 12 on both, take a little break. Rock those hips. Let's go ahead, open into a T, let those knees drop left. Come back up through center, let them drop right. And then back we go up through center, hug those knees in. I'm going to put the feet on the ground. Let's go, let's double up. Keep that band folded in half. Bring it behind your hamstrings, biceps. Maybe scoot your feet away a little bit, and you're going to see if you can take the slowest possible roll up. And if that doesn't happen, then what I want you to do instead is just roll up to where you can without kicking your legs. Stay there and just extend those arms at that point. And then back behind your hamstrings, lower yourself down. So you're either rolling halfway up and then reaching through those fingers and then controlling it on the way down. Or if it's in your wheelhouse, you're rolling all the way up, sitting tall and rolling back down again. So whichever you're choosing, whichever version is fine. Try 4 more, please. All right, that's option 1. please feel free to stay with option 2 or option 1. No, you must go to option 2. If you want a little more challenge, take the band across the tops of both feet and then around behind the arches. And then bring them out on a little angle, and you're gonna have to really choke up on that band, because I'm gonna try to pull myself up without lowering my feet down. So the opposite of what we did earlier, roll your way up, sit tall, and then with control, roll yourself down. Again, you're trying to do this without lifting the legs up and down, trying to keep them basically in the same spot. And then easy version, lie down, lift and lower your legs. Shouldn't feel like a lot, but I want you to control it just like we did that double leg lower earlier. Or next option, you come to that balanced position and you lift and lower those legs without lifting the torso, and you're trying not to be rounded but extended. Okay, so you have a lot of different options so far. Therefore, you do not have to do the final option, which you probably know is the teaser, which means we're going to start from that flat position and lift all the way up into our teaser, just like we did before. The higher your arms go, the more your legs can be lifted, and then come all the way down. Deep breath in, exhale, lift it all the way up, and keep that going for me, please. You're gonna do 4 more, let's make it 6, what the heck, of whatever version you're doing, right? Absolutely fine, you might be at that modified roll up, sorry. And then on that last one, if you're doing the full teaser, meet me at the top, squeeze those shoulder blades together, trying to roll off of that sacrum and onto the tip of your tailbone, reaching, holding 4, 3, 2, 1, woo! Bring that down, unlasso your feet for now, and we're going to roll back down. We're going to put the right foot in the band, basically parallel with the band. And then we'll lift up. We're going to grab both ends of the band, but I'm going to pull the front of the band that's pulling on my toes. I'm going to pull it even more, so my toes are really getting stretched back towards my face. I'm going to pull the shoulder blade down, and then I'm going to press the ball of the foot to the sky, and then the toes are going to point. And then I'm going to pull the toes back and the ball of the foot back, and I'm going to press the heel up. And then we're going to do that again, ball of the foot, toes point, and then back they go. And then maybe a little side to side, slide your right hand down that band a little, let the leg drop over to the right, feel that inner thigh and hamstring stretch. And again, we're going to push through the ball of the foot and the toes, and then let them pull back again. Maybe do that pigeon-toed this time, and then duck-footed. Just a little variety there. And then use your left hand to help bring that up through center. Straighten out your left leg, flex through the heel, turn your toes in, and let that leg come over to the left. I'm going to put my left elbow on the ground, so again, I'm getting that free range outer hip stretch. Once more, I might do some movement through that foot on different angles. And then bring it on back up. I'm going to bend the knee, and I'm going to choke up even more on that front of the band. And one more time, I'm going to press and pull through my toes and the ball of the foot on those 3 angles. And then I'm going to straighten that leg up and feel a pretty intense hamstring stretch at this point. Let the band slide through your hand to gently lower that leg with control. And go ahead and just let go of the band. Feel the difference on the 2 sides. And let's bend that right knee. Hug it over to your right with the ankle coming toward the left. And then let it cross over. Bend the left knee, reach around hamstring. And then let's extend that left leg, get some movement through that ankle. And then bend it to pull that leg even deeper to get a deeper stretch on your right hip. Knee over knee. Pull on your left knee, pull it to the left, pull it up. Big stretch on that right hip. Maybe stay there with your right arm to the side if you want, or you can put your left foot on the ground and let it just gently rock a little over to the left till you feel that stretch, or you can obviously drop your hips all the way over to one side for a twist. When you come back through center, you're gonna have to get that band. So left knee is gonna, or excuse me, right knee is gonna bend, and left foot is going in the band this time. So I'm in that band parallel. I'm gonna use the front of my band to pull deeper, and then I can press and pull through the ball of the foot and the toes. I'm gonna do it on those angles, turning out and turning in. And then I'm gonna slide my hand down the band so that leg can drop to the left. And again, I might do some pulling and pushing through that foot on those different angles. Use your right hand to bring it back up through center, straighten out your right leg, flex through the heel, and let the right elbow drop as you get a nice stretch on the outside of that hip. Again, movement through that foot. And then back up through center. We're going to pull that knee in, and one more time, I'm going to pull deeper on the front of the foot and press and pull. And then with that tension, I'm going to extend that leg up, big hamstring stretch. Slide your hands down and use your hands to gently lower that leg. And then let go, bend it, bring it up and over to the left shoulder, and then bring it gently across that right leg. Movement through the right ankle if you like. And then I'm going to tuck that right knee behind the left one, pull the legs up and over to the right, and maybe I stop there. Or arm to the left, I could twist all the way over, or I could put my foot on the ground and keep pulling across till it feels like a good stretch, or I can twist all the way over. And then as you come out of that, make your way over onto your back and then over onto your front, all fours, rolling through your cat and your cow, forward and back. And then finally square it up, tuck your toes, press through those heels, get a nice stretch down that calf. Tip it back as you walk wide. Again, coming out those heels if you want. Hands on your thighs, exhale cat, and inhale cow. And bring it up. Thank you guys. I don't know if you saw that Nutmeg managed to hide herself behind the blind here, and there's just one paw hanging down. I'm gonna see if I can capture this because it's, well, you know, I'm a cat mom, but it's funny to me.